everybody, Joe Zero here. Welcome to another Wastelands Wednesday. Drivers, start your engines. The time has come for the Wastelands Winter Invitational Race 1, Round 1. So let's head down to the track and check in with our own Death Race Duck.
Thanks, Joe Zero. Here we have Team Gringo, which is ready to diecast in Mark Anthony's Customs. Some really great looking cars. Can't wait to see these guys in action. They'll be going up against Team Gaucho, which is made up of Charles Diecast Garage and Mike Espo's Diecast. Great looking cars again. Really expect some great racing from both of these guys. Let's get to it. Back to you.
Thanks, Death Race Duck. We'll be using the official Gaslands rules this time, so very cool race. Ready for some action. Let's go. The first leg of the Death Rally will take place on the gritty streets of Los Angeles. Starting point, around the corners through Gate 1, which activates the weapons. They move forward through the crowded streets across Gate 2. From there, they make their way to the finish line, if they're able to make it to the finish line. So, pretty straightforward. Going to be a great race. So they're all set up at the starting line. After rolling off her pole position, Team Gringo will start the activation phase. Mark Anthony chooses a medium template and rolls his shift dice. Gets 2 shifts and a slide. So, he shifts up to second gear and opts to take the slide, which puts him in a very good position for this corner maneuver. Now Team Gaucho activates. Charles Diecast Garage takes a medium template and rolls spin, spin, slide. This is going to end bad. It sends him crashing into the rear of Mark Anthony's car. So, carnage ensues. Damage is taken. In the wake of that mishap, Ready to Diecast takes his move, grabbing a medium template and rolling 2 shifts and a spin. Now that puts him just safely out of range into the game. Now Mike Espo's going to make his move, also with the medium template. Rolls his dice, 2 shifts and a slide, but well, he's going to crash into Ready to Diecast, so more carnage ensues. After all that mayhem, we move up to gear phase 2. Mark Anthony again with the medium template continues his race forward. Now back to this mayhem. Charles Diecast Garage rolls 2 slides and a hazard, taking another hazard, and he's forced to slide, which kind of puts him into this fence. More damage. Now Ready to Diecast tries to make the hairpin, takes a shift and 2 slides. Interesting. That sends him bumping into Charles Diecast Garage. So Mike Espo's going to try to make this hairpin, and he rolls 2 slides and a spin. So nasty. He crashes into that guy. It's getting dangerous out here. So moving into gear phase 3, with considerably good luck, Mark Anthony is making steady progress. Ready to Diecast is ready to break free, taking a swerve template. He rolls spin, spin, and shift. So let's see what he does. He does all right, but Mike Espo, using the gentle turn template, well, that just kind of crashes in his back of him again. So more damage, more fun, more carnage. Death race. Mark Anthony, continuing to roll shifts, managed to pull this maneuver off, gaining distance. But that slide result may put him in a precarious place next round. So then, Ready to Diecast attempts to make the turn to get to Gate 1, but he hits 2 shifts and a slide, forcing him to slide, which puts him in a different position and no closer to Gate 1. So Mike Espo attempts to take a medium template, takes a shift, a slide, and a hazard. This could be different. Fortunately, the slide result puts him just out of range, crashing into Ready to Diecast. So round 2 begins with gear phase 1, leaving Charles Diecast Garage the opportunity to roll and move backwards and get off the fence. So he does that, and he's good. Charles Diecast Garage struggling to make some progress and get to gate 1. Well, he rolls a shift, a slide, and a spin. Tough luck, brother. Ready to Diecast trying to break out. Does pretty good with 2 spins and a shift, so he manages to cross gate 1, activating his weapons. Mark Anthony tries to advance past gate 1. Manages to roll 2 slides and a spin, so he's going straight into the side of Ready to Diecast. Maximum carnage. And Charles Diecast Garage is finally making some progress. So out in front, Mark Anthony is making pretty good progress. Takes the medium trying to cross gate 2. He rolls up 2 shifts and a hazard, using 1 shift to discard the hazard, and moves the move. Charles Diecast Garage makes the turn, trying to make some progress, and he manages to finally get somewhere, crossing gate 1. His teammate Mark Anthony also opts for a curve, rolls 2 shifts and a spin, and that puts him in a good position. He's now running neck and neck with Ready to Diecast. Excellent. Ready to Diecast takes his move, rolls the dice, and gets 2 hazards and a spin, so he wipes out because now he has 6 hazards. He manages to not flip the car, but Mike Espo's ready to make his move. He opts for the swerve, rolls the dice, and comes up with 3 shifts. Time to move. And he crashes into Ready to Diecast. After calculating damage, Ready to Diecast takes his turn, trying to move forward, but unfortunately he gets a shift, a spin, and a slide, which is going to put him on that rail. And Charles Diecast Garage is just steady bringing up the rear, finally rolling some shifts. Somewhere in here we got to talking about rules and lost some footage. And back on the track, Team Gringo is doing pretty good with Ready to Diecast catching up to Mark Anthony. There's still time in this race. Team Gaucho's going for it. Charles Diecast Garage takes a turn. And still out in front, Mark Anthony. Gonna try to make a gentle turn. Gets 2 shifts and a slide. Takes the slide out. And moves forward. He's in sight to the finish now, y'all. Bringing up the rear, Ready to Diecast makes his move. He's gonna go for a medium template. See what he can do with it. Rolls a hazard, a shift, and a slide. So, let's see how he resolves this. Removes the hazard, takes the slide, and ends up perpendicular to his teammate. Team Gaucho trying to catch up to the leaders. Making some progress, but having no luck in the shooting phase. Now, at this point in the race, Mark Anthony's in good stead to win, but he's got 5 hazards and rolls 2 hazards, so he's going to wipe out. Unfortunately, he's able to be turned around by his opponents. So now he's facing the opposite direction. Unfortunately, Ready to Diecast is in a similar fate. He too wipes out and is placed in the opposite direction. So here's where we stand. This setback allows Team Gaucho to make a move. Mark Anthony slurges forward. He's going for it. Rolls a shift, a hazard, and a spin. Uses the shift to negate the hazard and takes the spin. Finally able to activate, Mark Anthony chooses the hairpin. Successfully makes his turn. He's on target for the finish line. In the next activation, it's tight. Mark Anthony tries to make the turn, but it's tight, and he crashes into the wall. Boom, damage done. In fact, hasn't been a good game for Ready to Diecast either. He keeps getting rear-ended or side-swiped. Faced with crushing the obstacle in front of him, he decides to reverse. Takes his dice, rolls it up, and manages to just not crash into anything using the spin. So there, safe at the moment. And finally, Mark Anthony, within inches of the finish line, rolls the dice to see how it goes out. 2 shifts and a hazard means he successfully crosses the finish line, securing the victory for Team Gringo in the first round. And there you go, guys. Round 1 done. Make sure you leave a comment do count as audience votes. We'll be checking that out and see how it proceeds in future races. Until the next time, take care. Peace, love, and good happiness stuff. God bless.